Hey guys, this is Jay over at Firebrand Media, and today we're talking about thought leader speaker video services. What can you expect out of them from a production company and or videographer like us? As an overview, I've talked about CEOs on stage, I've talked about thought leaders, I've talked about keynote presentations and other videos in reference to how we're educating people about the production lifestyle, industry of production, like what we do at Firebrand Media. But something that you can bank on with the services is that it's an A to Z service. It doesn't just start on stage. It doesn't just start with the camera builds. It goes all the way back to pre-production planning. When a thought leader gets on stage, they're looking for a handful of things. They may be looking for images. They may be looking just for specifically video. Maybe they want to focus on the reactions of people from the crowd because they've already had previous videographers and production companies focus on their stage presence throughout the nation on their tour. But generally, when we think about the services we provide, we have to ask ourselves, is it solving a problem? Is it helping them achieve what they're needing to do? And is it evergreen? Is it something that they can use multiple ways? With thought leaders, that's typically how it's done. They're collecting an archive of their stage presence or their interactions or their money shots. And adding to that collection year over year creates multiple decks or marketing assets that they can use in different ways. Our services include consultation in the front end, being that when you're reaching out for the initial consultation with us, we want to know the who, what, and why. What's important? How can we film it? How can we add an edge of nuance to that? Being that, we have just our general camera setup for, let's say, 2-angle, 3-angle camera production, but can we add an idea or an approach to the stage, being when your crowd interacts, they may capture a mic, right? And they might ask that thought leader a question that they have on their mind that's relevant to the industry. Well, it's cool to have a through angle to that person that's asking the question, as well as a through angle to the thought leader on stage. But shooting over the shoulder is an added little bit of style from the production company. Sure, it may not match the other evergreen content, but that service is unique to that footprint or identity of the production company. It's exciting to get creative on the front end of planning and what to anticipate. So for instance, we worked with Justin Patton. He's a renowned book author, and he goes around the country motivating restaurant owners and their leadership on how to better capture morale within their companies. I asked Justin personally if we can get aggressive with it and capturing those award-winning shots that he's looking for on the front of his new books, right? Something that we did was we peeked through the curtain on the stage from behind him. Now, that's aggressive, right? And after that keynote, he was like, man, that was a bit much, but can I look at the images? And he got to see some of the content that we shot. He was like, oh my God, these are the shots that he's been looking for. Sure, did they break up the format and the general flow of production or the techniques that another production company would use? They did. But what they did was they solved a problem. Justin was looking for something that was different, something that was unique, while also adding to his archive of footage that he's gotten from other production companies, looking to capture him on stage as a thought leader. During the production or filming, services that you can expect are that white glove treatment. We're going to make sure that you're taken care of, that you know who's in charge on our side, who's directing on our side. As a thought leader, you should be focusing on glowing on stage and let us handle the rest. I like to say this: if you're worried about what's happening on the production element, then you're focusing on the wrong thing, because you got to get on stage in 10, 20, 30 minutes or even an hour later. And you should be focused on the prepping of your speech or how you're going to present or how you're going to win hearts and minds. An example of this was when we were shooting for Justin Patton at a Buffalo Wild Wings conference. When I looked at the stage during the initial site survey, I noticed that the whole room was super dark and the stage was purple. The problem with that purple lighting was that it's going to throw off the skin tones. And again, that's not going to help Justin's Evergreen content initiative when he adds it to the archive of everything that's been shot of him. So what did I do? I got with the house AV, I got with the site coordinator or the hotel staff, and I said, look, we got to change the trees in the back or the giant ellipsoidal lighting that's pointing on stage. And I said, let's shift it closer to green and get it to where it's more daylight or where it's more color accurate. and let's get the house lights on just a little bit. Now, they weren't happy because, again, they're trying to set the ambiance of the event, but that directly affects our deliverables to Justin. Asking too much as a production company and coordinating with the house prior to the thought leader even stepping into the room is super important. How is it going to impact your deliverables? Are your deliverables going to look a little funkier or a little darker than what he sent you as an example of what he or she is looking to capture? And if that is the case, it's safe to say that you should take initiative and work with the house to achieve similar results. All in all, thought leader speaker video services aren't just capturing what's happening on stage, but it's making sure that the stage and the conditions of the lighting on stage and the people around him are prepped as well. If you have any questions about our thought leader speaker video services and want to know how we can achieve similar results with you, feel free to reach out. Here at Firebrand Media, we're here to help you.